I've spent $69,428 worth of Frost Stars in Whiteout Survival in 225 days. And man, do I have a bunch to catch you up on. I'm trying to play as an efficient whale. I have proof that I'm doing that job very well, but I am going to get Globe soon. But let me show you what happened with State versus State. I'm going to show you what happened with Icefire Warhymn League, and then give you kind of a quick review of the account, what's going on with VIP status, and, well, I shouldn't say VIP status, what's going on with Globe in the VIP shop. And then we'll do a little spending, Labyrinth, and that's it. We're going to try to keep it to be a normal size video today. We had way too many events going on previously, and now there's no more events. SvS is over. We could take a breather. Although it's transfer week, so I can't take much of a breather, but this is the time where normally we can take a breather. We do have a great alliance coming in, OLY. I don't know how they pronounce it. Is it Ali alliance coming in? They're coming into our state and coming over from into OMG. So that'll be fun. They seem like a great crew. So if you guys are watching this, can't wait to have you guys here. It's going to be exciting to grow the team with your team and have some fun together. All right, let's see. Let's get into Icefire first. Look at this amazing city skin. This is awesome. I love this city skin. It's temporary, but it is such a nice city skin. Check it out. This is what it looks like in this world view, and you just saw what the furnace looks like. It's a pretty cool city skin, and it alternates between ice and fire, like the Icefire theme. So it is so cool. It's such a great skin. How did I get it? Well, I came in second place in Icefire Warhymn League. Now, I knew that I had a good shot at beating this guy. It was the Battle of the Papas. I talked to him in the game. He seems like a nice guy. The way I beat Messi here, look, I had lower power, but I beat him because of my strategy. Because of the squads and the lineup that I'm using, I was able to beat him, even though I had about 100 million power deficit. So when Papa saw that, now look, he'd been rolling on a 100 mil deficit and doing just fine. But I think I would have beat him. At least I would have had a good chance. I needed some luck as well, but I would have had a good chance at beating him. Except, look, I pushed a little bit of power to try to make sure the gap wasn't too big. Look, 38.25, 38.57, okay? He must not have been comfortable with that gap. So he went from 39.54 to 43.23. He pushed about 400 million in his power, in his strength of his march. Listen, I know what I spent to do that tiny little bump there, and more power to you, because this is after SvS is done, basically. SvS is essentially done. Nobody waits to the very last minute to do SvS, so unless he did, then kudos to him, but I don't think he did, because if you see throughout the power phases, like, here's where he was when things started, right? Against Hunty. And then he pushed a little more, and then he pushed a lot more. And if he didn't do that, I believe I would have had a good chance at beating him. When I saw that, though, I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm the efficient whale. I'm not going to go dump a boatload of money. Because look, here's the rewards between first and second place. One more island decoration, 14 days instead of 30 days on the city skin, and a tiny little bit of gems and tokens, and I don't even need the mythic. Like, it wasn't worth spending like crazy on this event. It was just fun to be in the top, 3, basically. I would have been happy. Happy to be in the top 16 at all, or in the top 8 even. But, to get the city skin and to get the island decoration component and all this type of stuff was kind of fun. And I wasn't going to go crazy to try to win first place. Like, if I can do it, fine. If the RNG gods are in my favor, fine. If I can do it by pushing a little bit of power, fine. But kudos to you, dude. Congrats on the win. The Battle of the Papas. But it's a cool city skin. It really is. And I was able to use some of the stuff from the shop here. Like, I made sure I got all the mithril. Of course, I got the island component from this as well. And then I got some other stuff just to try to give me a little edge in the SvS battle. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the SvS results. So, State of Power. We won. It was a good battle. Let's see. Can I show? I don't think I can show the way it works anymore. Yeah, I can't because it's after. I can't really show the state and all that. But 3778. Man, it was a fun battle. It really was a fun battle. This was a team that had another globe, very strong power players. Tunti and I are very strong, powerful players as well, and it was just a good battle. I think it was one of the few states that we actually had I think there was a good vibe. Like there wasn't I didn't think there was a lot of toxicity in any of the world chat. I didn't think anybody said or did anything that was like violated our rules as far as I know. And even though, battle phase can get a little chaotic with people trying to test each other and stuff like that, it's part of the game. So we just look at it as part of the game. We have some fun with it. Some people take that as like an aggressive action or something. I don't think they did, but they gave it back to us as well, right? Like we went and became an aggressor and they became an aggressor. We defended, they defended. We had a little fun. I even I wanted to see what would happen with one of my full marches against Koma, who is he's got a globe. And I wanted to see what would happen, but I didn't think it would land because of the domain bonuses and stuff you get from Globe. And plus we didn't have a full march of all our powerful players and everything. I just wanted to see what would happen, so I let it roll. And the same thing with him. He basically let an attack land on me, and it landed the way I thought it would. He wasn't able to burn me either. So because of the stats I've been able to build on the account, we just garrisoned up, and I transferred to my gear to my defensive squad and tanked it, and he couldn't do anything. But the battle itself was a lot of fun. They gave us a good challenge. We had to use a bunch of different techniques. If you're interested in the SvS itself, in the gameplay, I did post a video. It's like a 5-hour video. Some of you like to see that. It's in the live section of the playlist. It's posted here as well, but it's mainly people go to the live section for that stuff. It was a fun battle. It was a long battle. But it was a fun battle, and we were able to basically get more occupation time in the end. So that's how we did it. I do like the way we play, though. I have to say, like, there's a lot of some. We have a mix of. We basically have scenarios, and we have a lot of communication and voice chat, and we see what's working, and we pivot. Now, there's probably going to come a time that may work against us, but we do have some veteran players as well, giving us advice and tips. And we do kind of watch what's going on in the battlefield, see what's working and what's not, and make some judgment calls as a team. And we play well as a team. We make decisions as a team. We figure out what's working, what's not. And it's been working out well for us so far. It doesn't hurt that Hunty and I have so much power, but, it is fun. It is fun to challenge. Probably soon, we'll end up with facing another state that is more powerful than us, and we'll be on the other side of this. And we've been on that side of things before. But while it lasts, it's nice to take the wins. So that's good. Speaking of wins in state of transfer, I am glad to hear that we are still not. I'm actually oddly glad to hear that we are still not listed as a leading state, which I don't know the exact criteria to be listed as a leading state, but I don't want to be a leading state because we need our transfers. So I think it's based on amount of spend from what somebody told me, but I thought it was based on number of wins, but apparently it's because we got like 4 wins in a row. But yeah, we wanted to see, we need to set our transfer cap up too. Everybody's got it set to the min. We got to get it. Power transfer. Yeah, I think everybody's still setting them at the min. Yeah, we need to get that cranked up. Anyways, I'll have to talk to the transfer manager about that. All right, so let's see. Next thing to talk about. We got, of course, Alliance Showdown coming up and some other fun events and stuff. Let's take a look at the calendar quick so I don't get so I stay in the habit of doing that. Oh, we got Snowbusters coming up. All right, that's basically the only reason I'm doing that is for the city, for the island decoration. Of course, we have Transfer Week here. Tundra Trade Route, and that's pretty much the standard schedule, so not going to focus too much on that. Let's talk about one more thing, a little bit out of order. Usually I do VIP last, but let me do, the reason I want to talk about VIP first, I'll come in here first today, is because I want to talk about what's going on with the globe. So a lot of you want to see me get globe tonight because I'm only 3 away. I got some bad luck yesterday. It could have gone either way. If I got some good luck, I could have got at least 2 more pieces, maybe even 3. It was definitely in the realm of possibility for me to unlock globe last night, but I didn't, and I'm not going to spend crazily. Like when I spend like a little bit more than I was planning on spending, it's only in the case of when it's a high value event or a scarce item. I'm not going to go wild in the regular shop on any kind of routine basis. Certainly not just to unlock Globe, because I'm trying to make my money last and get the best power per dollar possible all the time. That's in fact, I didn't mention this, but that's in fact what happened here. Let's take another look. Let's take a closer look at Icefire League. Let's look at this last round. All right. Here's me. And then there's Globe. I don't know if he was Globe or not and just didn't have the city skin. They definitely had an Icefire skin before. So Globe, 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 right? So at least, you know, how many? Like 5 of them had globes, I think. So, and then you get to the next round and it's me versus Globe, right? And then we got Globe versus Globe and then me versus Globe again. I've got this power without getting Globe because I've been focused on power per dollar. And to me, this is the testament that I'm doing it right. So that's why I'm not going crazy over getting the Globe. It'll come when it comes. I'm doing the spending. It'll come when it comes. There's no reason for me to go off my game plan. You know, that's how I'm getting this maximum power per dollar anyways. All right. So with that said, I don't have a lot to spend in the game tonight anyways. I got just a few small things. And I honestly want to slow down again because I spent a lot of money recently because of all these events that were going on all at the same time that I could not ignore. To me, it's like when the high value events come, I can't help but spend on them because to not spend on them would mean I'd have to spend that money on some of the more regular routine value events that are value events, but they're like the more routine ones. And then I'd be sacrificing the really high value events. That's backwards. So, you know, it's like when those events come out, I'm going to spend on them. And then I hope that I get a little reprieve so that I can have a normal spending week every now and then. So that's where we are right now. Please, I hope we have a normal spending week, because if they put another shop out here with Mithril in it or something, I would have no choice, right? I have to do it. I have to find the money from somewhere. All right, so let's see. With that said, let's take a look at the standard shop first. We do have some a special deal with WIshful Emporium, and we don't have a lot here in the standard shop. So got the daily deals, and I'll grab that. By the way, remember what I said before. The more packs I buy at the $5 range, it's literally half. The Globe would cost half. If I did it all through $5 purchases, Globe would cost half. So the more I go up that chain, the more expensive Globe gets. If I'm going all the way up to 100, I'm not getting as many VIP points. So, you know, the more you do at the $5 level, the better. But it would be lots of $5 levels, so I don't have access to lots of $5 levels. $5 levels, that give you VIP points. These ones do not give you VIP points, so I can't qualify that as one of the tricks here. But we'll do our claims over here. And tomorrow is when the reset happens, so that's when I will buy any more than I need, but there's only a couple I need to buy now because I used the trick where I needed a little bit of items, so I did a whole bunch of $5 purchases. Like you can see on the Fire Crystal weekly card, I needed some extra shards, and I used it there, and I used it on the Pet Weekly card. The Ultra Value Monthly card does give VIP points as well, by the way, so that's not a horrible thing there. All right, so and then regular shop, there's no more. I've done too much in here already. But again, the things I'd done in here were scarce items, not necessarily, it's not always about efficiency when it's a scarce item that's hard to get otherwise. Speaking of the Fire Crystal shards though, well, all right, I'm still in the middle of my spending segment here, but I do want to show the Fire Crystal shards because I want to give Kevin an update of what I did off camera because of that, in part because of Icefire and in part because of prepping for other stuff, but a little bit extra that I did here as I pushed this, well, I think I already showed this, but I pushed this to 7, got this up to 4 ultimately by spending just a little bit more. And then I got this up to 1, this up to 1, just kind of rounded it out a little bit. Got these all up to 7, that to help with the march, the troop capacity there. And, you know, I focused on what made more sense here. For the Lancer, I did, actually it was partially because the Fire Crystal shards cost less for this one. So it was easy to pick up a little bit extra of a Lancer defense stat there. And here I wanted to pick up a little bit more of an of an infantry defense stat there. So it wouldn't have made sense to pick up, infantry attack stats. Of course, the infantry healing would be nice. Oh, and let's talk about that for a second. This is how much materials I have at the end of the day. I opened up for this SvS 3.2 billion meat and wood. And after all the healing from SvS day and battle phase, this is how much I have left. I went through 2.2 billion wood, and look, probably about 2.3 billion meat. So that's that's a lot. That's a lot of resources. And, I will look to getting the other reductions because that's a lot. It consumes a lot. Here's what my backpack is looking like for those of you who watch my backpack. Look at that. Now that's between all the research I did, all the training I did, and all the healing I did during SvS. This is what I'm down to. I was at like 30 billion meat just the other day. And after all that stuff and after SvS, look at that. I'm down to 18 billion now. 19 billion. So speed ups are looking dry also. Like that's not a lot of speed ups. We're getting down to the bare wires. So man, that just sucked up a lot. Let's see how we do here. No luck. All right. I'll leave that alone. I'll leave that for the end. Just wanted to show that quickly. Oh, you know what? While I'm in here, I might as well grab my daily allocation of fire crystal shards. There is a question I have for some of the veterans. Why don't you tell me in the comments, like some of you like to do, but like, at what point do I need to stop? I mean, I'll go run the calculator on how many I need, but like, at what point should I actually stop converting fire crystal shards? Because it'll be a while before I need them again. And as I understand it, when you get into higher levels, like for T12, way later, hopefully that's way later. I'm not ready for that yet. You need like refined fire crystals for some of those buildings and stuff. So I don't know how many fire crystal shards I will actually need ultimately. And I don't want to keep on converting them for no reason and burning fire crystals. So I'll do a little research on my own as well. But if you have a quick answer for me, put it in the comments and help me out and help other people who watch the channel. All right, so let's see. That's all I had to do for War Academy. Let me come back to the spending, and then I'll go work around the rest of the account. So deal section. Already grabbed Vault of Enigma, so we're good on that. Hall of Heroes. I'm going to continue to do what I've been doing to get the epic shards, because it's a slow trickle, and this $5 spend, as I just got done explaining, is a kind of efficient way to get VIP. So this is kind of killing two birds with one stone, so to speak. Oh, there we go. And I'll just leave that in there for now. Well, I guess I won't, because I don't know. Yeah, I could leave it in there for now, because we're not getting new heroes yet. So I'll leave it in there for the next time. All right. Journey treasures. Always do it. Always do it. I do it to try to dismiss it, and I end up pulling up the other one. And I'll grab the sign in and earn it while we're in here. Oh, my friend, Deadshot. Listen, buddy. I think you owe me one after that prestige wheel spinner last night. I think you owe me one. So I'm going to do a check mark, and you can show me if you're going to poop on my parade today or if you're going to give me some support. I'm going to do a check mark symbol. This way you can tell me which way we're going with this. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Thank you very much, Deadshot. You're just going to pee on my parade. Well, let's try over here. Jesus. Oh, God. Of all the things I can click on, my finger finds the key. And on top of that, the reward you're going to give me is resources. Go take a walk, buddy. You know what? I don't want to see your face. I might not ever do a Deadshot again. If it wasn't for the fact that it's entertaining for the people watching it to see me get this type of luck in Deadshot, I wouldn't even do Deadshot. Deadshot could take a walk. I'd have like a whole bunch of tickets just ready to go because I wouldn't do it at all. All right, enough talk about jerk shot. Let's get into... All right, that's the, did I do the deal? Yeah, I did the deals when that little tip thing is on. So, all right, WIshful Emporium. Let's talk about this. Go to Torxum's website, torxum.com. You can see the values for your generation in here. And this is, you got to be careful how you analyze data like this, in my opinion. So you're going to look at what's the overall total value in WIshful Emporium for these different options, right? If I recall, I don't have the website up right now, I don't think, but I think it's something like fire crystals are the best. Look up the data for yourself, but I think it's fire crystals are the best, and then followed closely by like the Lucky Hero Gear chests and maybe charms and stuff like this. It gets to be close. But up there in the gets to be close area is steel is about 111%, meaning it's about an 11% you can get it better than other sources. Now, there are other sources to get steel in the game further along in the game, but I'm not further along in the game yet. So for me, this is one of the best ways to get steel in the game at a good price. Now, if you ask yourself, like, what is the best way for me, like power per dollar wise, it's a tricky subject because this is one of those items that is, I'm going to call it a scarce item. You do get it daily in the exploration, but not in high quantity. It's a trickle over time. Now it's a big trickle. It's like 30K a day or something like that. I don't know. It's probably more than that actually. For me, it's it's probably like 60K a day. But I need millions of this ultimately to finish doing War Academy. Not to mention my battle tree is still not complete. I need a lot of steel. So for me, the next thing I'm blocked on in the account progression is steel. I'm sitting on like new noob account status on steel. Like you can get this, if you're running a new account in a couple days. Like I need a lot more steel than this. So there are not many opportunities in the game to get steel at a good price. You can get it in the regular shop and it's not a good price at all. There are other shops that will come along later that give you an even better deal on this, but we don't have access to those shops yet. And you can get it in mix and match, which is probably, I don't know, it's probably better than the regular shop. Yeah, it is. I did the math on it. It's better than the regular shop, but still not better than this deal. So to me, at this stage in the game, the reason I'm giving you all this justification is it's a scarce item that is hard to get in quantity. And at this stage of the game, this is the best price to get steel from for me right now. And it's blocking my account. So we're getting steel. That's what we're doing. We're replenishing the steel. There we go. And just like that, now we got 3 mil. All right, much better. And did a little spending for VIP along the way. But that's really all the spending we have to do tonight. There's not a lot else to do for spend. So let's take a look at the backpack first. I'll just clear this stuff out. And let's see. Clear this all out. All right, now the reason I claimed that Lucky Hero Gear chest is just to see if I can put a little bit more in here. I did this type of thing for Icefire as well, just to kind of balance out the marches a little, because I'm slowly, dumping XP into these into this third march now, just as a placeholder again. But let me get this up to. Can I get it up to 20? Yeah, get that up to 20. Get this up to 20. All right, and then
nothing is beyond the right.
All right, that's everything. And that'll just push my power just a little bit. Now I have my heroes lined up for, this is very similar to the lineup for Gaia Heart, but or to Icefire. So I've got all the gear loaded in for the Gaia Heart run. So now let's see what happens in Labyrinth if I run Gaia Heart with this little bit of extra power bump. Let's see. All right, and now I gotta do the magic formation. So this is gonna be 60-40 with a nothing burger for Greg. 60-40. And then we're gonna run a Logan, Mia, Lynn, and this is Mia with a nothing burger this time. So she gets a 4. This is 54, 4. Oh, did I do it wrong? 53? Yeah, 3. 343. 54, 343. And that's why we don't need anything on Mia. It's basically Lancer and, I'm sorry, Infantry and Marksman. And then we're going to do a standard lineup for the last. Oh, we'll grab Geronimo, Philly, and Alonzo, and do a standard 50, 20, 30 for this one. All right. That's what we got. Let's see what happens. Nice. We might, I don't know, I don't want to curse it, but at this rate, with a little luck, we might actually clear level 41. Nice. Nice. Come on, let's get it done, boys and girls. All right. There we go. Would it be possible? Would it be asking too much to clear level 42? Am I stretching myself too far to say that we could clear level 42 also? Maybe? I don't know. Looking, it's getting tighter. It's getting tighter and tighter. Probably not, because 4210 will be quite stiff, I think. Yeah, we're just barely clearing him now. Looks like 42 isn't going to happen. Oh, that's pretty good. Nice. Hey. Can I get a little more luck like that? Nice. Ouch. This isn't happening. Hey, wow. Did it. Can we do 10? Come on, man. One time. One time. Give me luck for one time. Yes. All right. Now things are going to get hard. Ouch. Ouch. All right. How far can we get into 43? Nice. Come on. Get her done. Hey, all right. That was close. It's getting harder now. Ouch. There's no way I'm clearing 43, right? I don't think so. Yeah, alright. Although that looked like I got a little bad luck too, but... Oh no. Can we do it? Alright. Ouch. Yep. Saw that coming. Oh no. Man. Man. Come on. One time. Give it to me one time. No, this does not look good luck here. Alright, try one more. Ouch. Yep. Alright. That's about how I thought that was going to go. Let's take a look at how things are looking in the state. Let's take a look at how things are looking. Let's see. Here, current state, of course. Neighboring states, I'm just curious. So, if we take a look at Gaia Heart, which is, yeah, alright, 7th in neighboring states. That's pretty good. I'll take that. And, just as a result of SvS Prep week pushing, if we take a look at Labyrinth score in general, now this, I don't think this is updated yet. Let's see, 1670 is where I'm at for current state, and in neighboring states, I'm still showing 1645. So I don't know, you know, what else other people pushed. So I don't know where everybody else is going to be. This will update later. But it'll be interesting to see where things stand at the end of this SvS, because I'm right up there. And again, these are, I know a lot of these people have Globe. So I'm here I am without Globe and have, you know, very similar power. Now, I almost have Globe, so I won't be able to use that argument much longer. But not too long ago, I was right up in the top 10 anyways without Globe. So my point still stands. All right. And I wonder how Pet Power is looking. Oh yeah, Pet Power is still looking pretty good. Not by much though. Not by much. But Pet Power is still looking pretty good. All right. Some of you guys asked me about some of these other ones. So let's take a look at Hero Total Power. I know I'm a little behind on my Hero Total Power. I know that. But I'm trying to focus on, you know, the count as a whole. I'm not trying to spend like crazy. So... I'm doing good. I'm doing all right with hero gear, but man, there's people are working at, like, I'm focusing on a primary march, and some of these people are focusing on multiple marches. That kind of spreads your marches out, which may be good for some types of events, but you know, if you really want to make sure you got a strong first march first, and these people may be spending enough where that is exactly what they have when you get to the top of that list. But I do feel like towards the middle of that list, it's kind of skewed. So, what else matters here? Expert power. So I'm sitting like around 13 here for expert power. I've been spending on expert power, but not crazy, you know. So just what I need to be competitive, basically. All right, that's what we got for Labyrinth. I think we already did the backpack. Well, we got some other little goodies here, but nothing really to call out special attention to. I'll just take those. And I'll leave that for now. All right. That's all I got there. Now remember, we got, well, I can do, let's see. I was at 50 last night. So I can do 3 more spins. And that would get me to 80. So 50, 60, 70, 80. Let's see if we can pick up one more piece. Here we go. This is 60, 70, 80. Are you kidding me? It's going to be 90 pieces again? This is nuts. That's nuts. It's going to be 90 pieces again. My luck on this Prestige spinner wheel has not been great at all. So, bummer. I thought I was going to at least pick up one more piece tonight. I'll definitely get one next time, though, because we're at 80, 50, 60, 70, 80. So now, you know, next one's got to be, unless I get super bad luck, but I haven't had super bad luck yet. That would be the pity reward. I'm going to get the puzzle piece the next spin, basically. Man, what a bummer. Let's go back and look at this. So that's where I'm sitting. That's where I'm sitting, right there. And it's going to sit there until I slowly spend on the right things efficiently, because that's what I'm trying to do, and I'm sticking to it. I will maintain that there's a difference between budget and efficiency. My budget has been high lately, but my efficiency has still been good. So if you want to continue to follow this journey, though, I need to ask you, well, actually, there's 2 things. I have a new podcast that I'm starting, and I need more stories. I've heard a lot of stories from the game. People love the idea of this podcast, but I'm not getting as many stories as I would like to get in the queue. Now I'm going to try to do some recording this weekend, but I do have this SvS weekend is rough. If I don't get it done this weekend, I'll definitely get it done during the week. I'm tired though. SvS prep week and SvS itself is just exhausting, and I need to spend some time with the family. But what I need you to do is tell people who have a story to tell, or who want to, you know, are interested in this podcast, interested in this idea, whether it's in King Shot or Whiteout Survival or games like it. I'm interested in the social aspect of the game, in particular exploring ideas where somebody either has an inspirational story that's a positive story, or maybe a negative story that we can help turn around by putting you in touch with other players in the game that can help you out and things like this, or just sharing your story so that others know what to look out for or know strategies that worked for you. Any of that. I'm looking for a positive outcome in all cases. And what I need you to do, though, is click on the link in the video description to go to unshieldedshow.com and submit a story. Or share this, or if you can't do that, just share this video or share the website, share the concept with your friends, tell them about it. Maybe one of them will be inspired to submit a story, and I'll get them on the podcast, all right? The other thing you can do is super simple, and you might not realize how important it really is, and it really is important to the YouTube algorithm. You gotta like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you'll be the first to know about it. Thank you very much for joining me, and until next time, I'll see you later.